Hey, what's up everybody? MeleeAnarchist here, and you're watching Clash of Clans. So today, guys, I'm going to show you how to do a GiWiz attack, or a Golem Wizard attack. My GiWiz is 15 Giants, 19 Wizards, 1 Archer to bait out reinforcements, 5 Wall Breakers, and depending on the reinforcements, I will use Valkyries or Minions to get rid of them. The spells I use are a Rage, a Heal, and 3 Quake. For requesting, I usually request a Quake and just anything, because I really don't depend on the reinforcement troops as much as the spell. So in this one I have a P.E.K.K.A, and I'm going to show you guys how to do these GiWiz attacks. I will show you some replays and talk while the replays are playing, just to show you guys some examples, and these examples will start from easiest to highest, and I will show you guys what to and what not to do. And enjoy. Okay, so for the first replay I'm showing you guys, I'm going to show you this. So, this was a pretty easy attack. I'm not going to use my Quakes in this attack, because as you see, there's no reason to. I can just get into everything with using a simple Wall Breaker. So, I'm going to start out my attack now. So, I started out with a Giant to bait out any reinforcement troops. And the problem with this base is everything is in one little area. So, yeah. He had some pretty good reinforcements. These are reinforcements that I usually see in a clan war. So, here's my Archer. I'm using it to lure them to a corner where it's easier to get rid of them than just anywhere. So, here is a good place where I'm going to show you guys how I get rid of reinforcements. So, there go the minions. They're just pounding away there. They don't actually make it, so I have to spawn some other stuff. But they do a pretty good job. This is when I start spawning wizards. That wizard did terrible. So I just kept spawning wizards. Then down went the dragon and then the balloon. So now I start up my attack over here. So the wizards are good for getting rid of the outer walls, but before you do anything, you're going to want to spawn giants to tank all the hits while you deploy anything else. So I spawned my giants first, as you see, to get through the walls. So here I had hogs as my reinforcement. The giants and the hogs are going to target all of the defenses. Their place is the heal spell. So when you're using your spells, you're going to want to wait till your giants are halfway down in their health to use it, because you don't want to use it too early, because then it's pretty much pointless. And you're going to want to use your rage whenever a lot of your anything attacking troops are near all of the loot. So like, if you're going after gold, you're going to want to place the rage down when they're close to the gold storages. Or if you're going for Dark Elixir, when they're near the Dark Elixir. So it makes a lot of sense if you think about it, but really, you're just going to watch for those things. And after this replay, I got a 3-star, if you didn't think that. It's pretty obvious that this was going to be a 3-star at this point. Now I'm just going to speed it up, because there's nothing really interesting to watch. Just this. So that was the end of that. So that was a pretty good thing, and now moving on to a harder one. Okay, so this is my second example of a GiWiz. This is a more difficult base, but it's more difficult base because it's sectioned off unlike the other base where everything was in one area, which makes it really easy to just get in there and do a lot of damage. While this one, stuff has to stop and pound away at walls. So now I'm going to show you how to use Quake, as well as get through all these walls without losing. Okay, so I started with an Archer, just to see if there's any troops. I wasn't sure after this, so I spawned a Giant. Don't worry about spawning anything you can, you just really want to get rid of those reinforcements. I spawned another Giant because I still wasn't sure. But then at this point, I knew I was sure that there was no reinforcements. So I started out by placing earthquakes right there on this mortar to get rid of all those walls. Because then it opens up the whole base. And then I spawn these wall breakers to get rid of that. And now I start spawning my giants. So, giants, they're good in large numbers, but in small numbers, pretty much all they do is really just take out the reinforcements. Like, I don't mean take them out, like kill them, but like bring them out. So here's when I place my heal, because you can see that they're all getting low on life. You're gonna place your heal over the majority. So the majority would be what's attacking this cannon right here. So there goes the heal spell. These giants. I had a reinforcement P.E.K.K.A. So now everything is placed except my rage, and I placed my rage pretty soon. I think right about now, when everything that's around there is there. So my wizards aren't all dead yet. They get rid of the mortar that was causing the biggest threat, as well as take out almost all of the resource areas and storages. So now, this was a really close one. Normally, if I was lucky, I would get these ones. But, yeah. So I'm going to speed this up ×2. As you can see, everything slowly dies. So the wizard there, he's quite a big help here, but then he just starts pounding away at other stuff. In the end, all that's left is this P.E.K.K.A, and the P.E.K.K.A almost dies. Like, it is super close. As you can see, he has a sliver of health left. You can't even see the sliver at this point. And I almost ran out of time as well. So that's 100%. Got really good loot. This is really good for gold 1 and up, because usually these people that are inactive like this don't have a lot of loot because they get attacked a lot, or just because they're so low in trophies at this point. So moving on to what is sadly not a 3-star, but a 2-star, because it's a lot more difficult base. So this is my third replay. This is a more difficult base, but it's also a noob's base. Because as you can tell, he has some storages on the outside, and these low-level walls over here, and then that really high-level wall out of nowhere. Those are signs of a noob base, because he didn't spend time in actually leveling up all of his walls to an equal level. And it looks a lot like he just bought all the stuff from going Town Hall 7 to 8, and he just hasn't upgraded it since. As, like, this Dark Elixir drill and these 2 Dark Elixir things, as well as pretty much that's it, but really just that in the walls. So I start out by placing Quake on this gold storage, which is really nice because it opens up almost the entire base, and it eliminates my need for wall breakers. So I start out by spawning a giant to get in there and check out any reinforcements it may have. So yeah, it had reinforcement giants. So I lured them out using an archer, and this is why archers are nice, because they are able to shoot stuff without getting killed and lure these things out. So they kill the archer, but then I lure them a little bit out a little bit more with some wall breakers, and then I just bring out the minions. So minions, this is one of the examples where minions are just really nice to have. You don't need a lot of them. I just use 7 because you don't need a lot, and you don't want to have too much space overridden with minions. So they just destroy these things, and they just stand there watching each other die. And then they also, it's nice because this is when I start spawning the giants. It's nice because the minions also clear away some of this outer stuff for like all the wizards, so they don't have to waste their time going through the outside. So pretty soon here, I'm going to place my heal spell because they're almost all down to half. And then right when that Barb King gets there, So yeah, heal spell now, as they're all... See, heal spell works really fast, but it's really helpful. I especially start using the heal after the Barbarian King starts attacking. So there's all this stuff in the middle. I start using my Rage so they can start attacking the Town Hall and the Dark Elixir. So this is when I was farming for Dark Elixir. This is a good Dark Elixir farming strategy because it doesn't use a ton of Dark Elixir, but it still uses enough Dark Elixir so you don't like miss out on anything. So of course the Barb King goes around the outside, which is really annoying because then it doesn't tank any hits or do anything good. I missed a lot of gold here, but I had a lot of wizards left and not very many things here to do splash damage. So I'm going to speed it up. So everything was attacking the Barbarian King while all the wizards did all the damage. So the wizards started attacking. They went in. They got rid of all the Dark Elixir. In the end there was only a little bit of gold left, and that was pretty much it. I could have done better, maybe, because I ran out of time, so I may have been able to get the rest. But a 94% is really still pretty good. It means you got all the loot, but like a little bit like me. So that's pretty much how to do go wipes. Okay, so I'm just gonna give you guys some overall tips before the video's over. So this is a good attack strategy for Town Halls 8 and 9 and early 10. After that, you can't really do these attacks because they don't work as well as before. But when you're going to want to use your Quakes in places that they can do the most possible damage in opening up areas. So like I would probably place mine on this elixir because it opens up 4 sides of my base. And I would also want to spawn giants, because giants, they're a good distraction for other stuff to get in and do some damage. Kind of like golems, where you don't want to place all your troops that would do damage to the base and get all the loot out first, because then everything will target those. So you're going to want to place the giants first, so everything's attacking the giants and not the other things. This is especially nice when you're trying to break through the outer shell of the base. So here, I would attack, if I did Quake here, I would do wall breakers right here, but I would spawn first some giants to distract this archer tower and this Tesla to prevent them from actually killing all of my wall breakers before they make it. But another thing, when you're spawning your wall breakers, you're going to want to watch out for things that do splash damage, because these can destroy all of your wall breakers, unlike certain things like archer towers, cannons, and Teslas, where they can only attack one at a time, which decreases the chances of them actually getting to the wall and blowing up. These are the main things you're going to look out for, but you're also going to want to think about this. So you're going to want to have other things besides wizards to get rid of the reinforcement troops. I use minions and Valkyries because they're nice for doing splash damage and just ranged damage in the sky, which is why minions are special, because there's not anything else that actually does that. I mean, sure, there's lava hounds, but I count them as a defense targeting troop because technically they target air defenses. So, those are all you gotta keep in mind. So, this is me, MeleeAnarchist, saying like, subscribe, and enjoy. And see you next week, y'all. Bye-bye.